What was the first human recipe? Forget your gourmet meals. We are going back tens of thousands of years to unearth the surprising ingredients and ingenious methods our ancient ancestors used to craft humanity's very first dishes. Prepare to have your mind blown by the unexpected origins of cooking. We often think of early humans as nomadic hunters who dined mainly on meat cooked over an open fire. But the story is far more nuanced and fascinating. So what did they really eat? How did they prepare their food? And what can this tell us about the dawn of our species and the evolution of our relationship with food? Let's dig into some recent archaeological findings that are rewriting our understanding of those primordial plates. Before we talk about the first recipes, let's set the scene. Imagine a world without takeout, without refrigeration, without even fire. How did our earliest ancestors survive? How did they nourish themselves in a world that seemed so hostile? To answer this question, we can turn to one of humanity's most valuable resources, our guts, okay? Maybe not our guts literally, but our guts, our microbiome. Recent studies have examined the DNA of our gut bacteria, which holds clues about the kind of food our ancestors consumed. Turns out our distant relatives didn't just munch on meat. They had a surprisingly diverse diet. They were digging for tubers, catching fish, and even snacking on forest floor fungi. Their plates were a hodgepodge of whatever was available, demonstrating a remarkable adaptability that would become a hallmark of our species. But hold on a second. If these early humans weren't just eating meat, then what did they do with the rest of the animal? After the kill? Today, we often eat every part of the animal. But think about all the bits we typically throw away, the internal organs, the bones. Were these forgotten in the primordial stew? Surprisingly, recent studies indicate that early humans didn't waste a thing. They utilized every part of their meals. They lapped up bone marrow, slurped up animal broths, and even dug into the brain matter. Nothing went to waste in those ancient feasts. Now let's talk about plants. Our hunter-gatherer ancestors didn't just gorge on meat and organs. They were foraging for greens, berries, nuts, and even grains. In fact, they were feasting on more plants than we are today. Archaeological evidence has revealed that early humans were scooping up acorns, harvesting wild rice, and gathering wild lentils long before agriculture took off. These plant-based proteins provided a crucial part of their meals and added a layer of complexity to their diets that goes beyond the simple meat-centric narrative. Insects also played a part in the first recipes. Yep, you heard me right, insects. From beetles to ants, early humans were incorporating these protein-packed critters into their meals. Archaeological evidence shows that insects were not only a source of nutrition, but also an ingredient that added variety to the human diet during the early stages of our culinary journey. And what about the preparation of these meals? How did our ancestors go from foraging to feasting? The advent of fire was a game changer, allowing early humans to cook their food, making it more digestible and safer to eat. The discovery of how to harness fire for cooking is considered a significant milestone in human evolution. But it wasn't just about the ability to cook. Fire also played a vital role in bringing people together. It became a central point for social gatherings, fostering a sense of community and cooperation that helped early humans thrive. Before pottery was invented, early humans likely used animal bladders as makeshift cooking vessels. These bladders could be filled with water, heated over the fire, and used to boil or steam food. This method not only helped in the preparation of meals, but also served as a way to preserve food for longer periods, a crucial adaptation for our survival. As we wrap up our exploration of the first recipes, let's remember that the story of food is more than just a story of ingredients and preparation. It's a story of our evolution, our adaptability, and our ingenuity. They remind us that our relationship with food is deeply intertwined with our history, and that the story of food is ultimately the story of us. So what can we learn from the first recipes? Well, for starters, our ancestors were remarkably adaptable, managing to thrive on a wide variety of foods. They also had a deep understanding of their environments, knowing where to find the best sources of nutrition. Perhaps most importantly, they were innovative, finding ways to prepare and preserve food that allowed them to survive and flourish. As we face the challenges of feeding a growing population in the 21st century, perhaps it's time to look back to these ancient practices for inspiration. After all, they managed to feed themselves for hundreds of thousands of years. Maybe we can learn a thing or two from them.